What if I told you that the greater your reserve capacity, the better chances you have of living a healthier life as you age? But there's three questions. What is reserve capacity? How does it affect my body? And can I improve it? Today, we're going to talk about all three of those things. So stay tuned and learn how to improve your reserve capacity. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. My name is Butch Phelps, and today we're going to dig in and figure out what is reserve capacity. Now, for most of you, you may have never heard that term, but reserve capacity is your body's ability to go back to its original physiological state after continuous stress on your organs and your body. For most people, that can be detrimental to their health. Studying aging sciences, in my background, the one thing I learned was that as a young person, as a child and into my teens, if you're athletic, if you're energetic, if you have good strong muscles and you really work your body out hard each day, then your reserve capacity going into getting into older age at 30s, 40s, and 50s, you actually help your body to improve. Now, that doesn't mean that you can just stop at your 30s and you've done enough, because the problem is that your body at age 30 starts to lose muscle mass. Now you want to maintain a good reserve capacity, which means you have to work at it throughout your life. And so what you want is that you can go out and do some things that are stressful to your body, like lifting things in your yard or running or walking around the block or climbing up a flight of steps. You want your body to be able to come back to where it originally was before you took that stressful activity. And so when you have a body that can do that pretty easily, now what happens is that the body then doesn't go into things like cardiac arrest. It doesn't have issues with their brain, or doesn't have issues with their digestive system or their joints. And so that's an important piece to understand. So the other part of the question is how does that affect me, my reserve capacity? So if you have a body that the reserve capacity is really low, there's several types of tissues in your body that is affected by that. Number one, we think of the epithelial tissue in our body, which are the skin-like coverings inside of the digestive system and around the digestive system and our arteries and so forth. And with a reserve low capacity that is low, those tend to break down, and that tends to create problems in the digestive area. Then you have connective tissue. Connective tissue can be things like the ligaments, the tendons, the bones in your body, the blood in your body. When those tissues start to break down due to low capacity, what happens is that now you have joint issues, you have blood issues, you have all kinds of stability issues with the body itself. Lastly, there is muscle tissue, and that includes the heart muscle as well. So the tissues in the muscles, like I said, at age 30, you start to lose muscle mass. So it becomes imperative that you're doing things on a daily basis to keep your body strong, to keep your body flexible, and to reduce the inflammation in your body so these tissues can actually start to regrow and do better in your life. So some of the things that you can do is going to require a lot in diet and lifestyle. So when you look at the diet, for instance, you want a low inflammatory diet, which means it's not a no carb diet. And I know a lot of people talk about no carb diets, but in fact, they're really not eating a no carb diet if they eat things like salads and vegetables themselves, because those are complex carbs. But a low carb diet would be one that reduces the amount of grains that you eat. It reduces the amount of sweets that you eat. It lowers the sugars in your body, because the grains themselves can convert into glucose once the body eats those foods. You've seen people go to lunch and they'll have a sandwich or a submarine sandwich or a pizza or whatever, and then they come back to work 2-3 hours later and they have that carb crash, or that sugar crash as they call it. That's because the body then stopped looking for sugar for energy because it ran out. And it's no longer going to take on the fat because it's no longer using the sugar for energy. The other part is living a sedentary lifestyle. So when you live a life where you're sitting in recliners most of the time, or you're trying to take the least amount of steps every single day, your body is already deteriorating even if you do all the right things. And so when you don't do the right things, it deteriorates even faster, cardiovascularly as well as physically with the muscles, the skeletal muscles themselves. So some of the things that you can do is choose to walk a block someplace if it's possible. Park the farthest parking space and walk into the store. Take the steps, the stairs versus an elevator. Carry something in your hand versus putting it in a cart and rolling it along. Little things like that can keep the muscles in the body stronger, and it increases the heart rate, which causes the cardiovascular or the aerobic part of the body to improve. Now what happens is that your breathing becomes better, your blood flow becomes better, your joints are getting lubricated, and even your brain works better when you do those things. So much of the problems that people deal with today have to do with their lifestyle and their diet. If you eat a high inflammatory diet and you have a sedentary lifestyle, you are almost doomed to fail. Now, as always, as I put in all my videos, obviously if you're dealing with some sort of a health issue, please, please, please contact your doctor and make sure that what you want to do, how you want to change your diet or how you want to change your lifestyle is not going to be detrimental to your health. That's the first thing you always want to do. But if he gives you the okay, or she gives you the okay, make sure you get on it, be consistent. You don't have to go extreme. You don't have to overdo it. Like I said, just choosing stairs versus an elevator can change your life. So if you like what you hear, please make sure you subscribe down below, ring the bell, share this with your friends that you think it may help. And for now, see ya.